I am repetitious here. This is a ballad that he learned from Lisha Shelton in Shelton Laurel. And Lisha is the man from whom they bought their land back in 1960, early 60s for what, $40 an acre? That was the price of land back then. It's grown a little bit since then. Anyway, Lisha sang that. And I don't know what the name is in the Cecil Sharp book, if anybody has that book for reference. It's another name than what he's given it. I've always known it as Last Friday Night. Anyway, Daddy, you want to sing him Last Friday Night? And I'm going to give you a note here because I think you like to sing it in about this key, right?
Lisha Shelton sang this one. Oh, don't you remember on last Friday night what that you told me sitting by my side? You told me that you'd marry me so plainly to my breast, and accepting we get married, no longer can I rest. And away to my love's window, away I did go to see whether I could see my lover know. The answer that she gave to me with tears all in her eyes said, I love that man who loves me, and I'll love him till I die. Then away to the wars I did go to see whether I could forget my lover, no. I stayed there 1 year and I served of my king, and in one more long year I turned home again. All on my way returning home, my armor shining bright, sweetest of my thoughts was my own heart's delight. Her own mother saw me coming, she wrung her hands and cried, said, my daughter loved you dearly, and for your sake she died. Oh, where is it grave? Oh, where may it be? Pray let mine be by its side. Of all grief and sorrow that I do adore, my true love's in her grave, and I wish I were there. Lisha Shelton made the best corn liquor he ever drunk.
You had a story about Lloyd Chandler that I thought you should tell here in case there's anybody out there who knows or knew once upon a time Lloyd Chandler, who's known for A Conversation of Death, which if anybody has seen the O Brothers film, that was one of the songs featured in that film, and as far as we know, it came from Madison County, from Lloyd Chandler. What was your story about Lloyd?
Lloyd Chandler?
Yeah.
He sang the song, Oh Death.
Yeah, and he said there's a time to...
Oh,
we don't
death.
have time for that one right now, but tell him there's a time for... What did he say? There's a time for...
He said there's a time to reap and a time to sow, and there's a time to sow wild oats, but I'm too old for that now.
I don't know about that.
And he sang the song, Oh Death.
He sure did, yeah. Well, since the night is short and we have time for only one more, and I've been given the privilege of singing a song from George Landers, who was a banjo player, who was also my babysitter when I was 2 years old, because we lived in a little shack on one side of the holler and my parents were building a house on the other side of the holler, and I was a little too small to go all the way every day, so about halfway along I'd get bogged down at the shack and I'd spend the night with George Landers and the day with George Landers and his wife Dutz. And George would get down his banjo and he would play tunes for me, and I'd still remember this one that he sang, and this is one of the ones that was collected by Cecil Sharp. It's called Young Hunting in his book, and George called it the Scotland Man. Come in, my own true love, and stay out a night with me. I've got a bed and a very fine bed. I will give it up to thee. I will give it up to thee. Well, I won't come in, or ain't coming in, for to stay out a night with thee. I've got a wife back in old Scotland, and tonight she weeps for me, and tonight she weeps for me. Then she took out her little penknife, and she pierced it through the heart. She cried out in a loud, loud voice, there's a dead man in my house. There's a dead man in my house. Well, she picked him up by the middle of the waist, and she picked him up by the feet. She threw him over in a deep, wide well, just about 18 feet, just about 18 feet. She was sitting in her cabin door, thinking on what she had done. She saw a pretty little bird all among the leaves so green, green, all among the leaves so green. Come here, my pretty little bird, and settle on my thumb. I've got a cage, and a very fine cage. I will give it up to thee. I will give it up to thee. Well, I won't come in, nor ain't coming in, for to settle on your thumb. I'm afraid you'd rob me of my tender little heart, just like the Scotland man, just like the Scotland man. Well, it's if I had my bow and arrow, and my string, I'd shoot you right through the tender little heart, just like the Scotland man, just like the Scotland man. Well, it's if you had your bow and arrow, and your bow, I'd fly away to the heavens so high, I'd never be seen anymore, I'd never be seen anymore.
Peter GOTT, Susi GOTT. A few years ago, someone from off, as you know we say about folks, asked me what I thought about Peter GOTT, and I just let him have it and told him the real truth, that Peter came here in the 60s. And unlike some people I see who come here and they say they like it, but they immediately want to change everything. And that's kind of hard on us old folks because we don't like to change much. But I would say that Peter and Polly came to Madison County, and their idea was that Madison County was going to change them, and it did. What wonderful neighbors and citizens of Madison County they've been all these years. So